Every morning at Oak Ridge Elementary School, the sun would rise gently over the horizon, casting a warm glow through the windows of the brightly colored classrooms. Children buzzed with energy, their laughter echoing through the hallways as they prepared for another day of learning. For 10-year-old Emma Thompson, mornings were a predictable routine filled with the familiar sights and sounds of her new school. She'd wake up, brush her hair, and put on her favorite blue dress, the one that made her feel like a princess. After a quick breakfast of toast and orange juice, she would grab her backpack, which was adorned with stickers of unicorns and rainbows, and make her way to school. Emma was still getting used to Oak Ridge. She had only enrolled a few weeks prior, and while she had made a few friends, she often felt like an outsider, navigating the unspoken social hierarchies of the playground. Her father, Robert Thompson, always reminded her to keep her head up and smile, encouraging her to fit in. As she walked through the school gate, she took a deep breath, steeling herself for the day ahead. The morning unfolded as it usually did: math class, followed by art, where Emma loved to paint and express herself. But as she dashed down the hallway to meet her friends for recess, disaster struck. In her haste, she tripped over her own shoelaces, sending her backpack tumbling to the floor. The contents spilled out in a chaotic array: coloring books, a half-eaten granola bar, and a small stuffed rabbit that Emma always kept close. As she scrambled to gather her things, a teacher passing by noticed something unusual. Amid the clutter, an unsealed envelope caught the teacher's eye. Curiosity piqued. She picked it up, only to find it stuffed with cash, $50,000 to be exact. Bewildered, she opened it further, revealing a fake ID bearing Emma's photograph, but a different name. The teacher's heart raced as she realized the gravity of the situation. She immediately called for help, and soon, Principal Sarah Martinez arrived, her brow furrowed in concern. When Sarah saw the envelope, her pulse quickened. But what truly took her breath away was the sight of a silver butterfly brooch nestled among Emma's belongings. Its blue gemstone wings sparkled under the fluorescent lights, a hauntingly familiar sight. It was identical to the one she had given her daughter, Lily, before her mysterious disappearance 2 years ago. A chill ran down her spine as she looked at Emma, who was now standing wide-eyed and trembling, her innocence seemingly shattered. "Emma," Sarah began, her voice steady despite the turmoil within her, "where did you get this brooch?" Emma's eyes darted around the room, and Sarah could sense a wave of fear wash over her. The child's small frame seemed to shrink as she stammered, I don't know. It was in my backpack." As Sarah pressed further, her instincts flared. She called for the school counselor, and within moments, Emma was ushered into the office, where she would wait for her parents. The atmosphere was thick with tension, and Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that something was deeply wrong. She watched Emma as she sat on the edge of her chair, fidgeting with her fingers, her eyes constantly flicking toward the door. When Detective James Wilson arrived, he immediately recognized the brooch. It had been a key piece of evidence in the investigation surrounding Lily's disappearance. The moment he laid eyes on Emma, his heart sank. The resemblance was uncanny. As he approached her, he felt the weight of the moment pressing down on him. "Emma," he said gently, "can you tell me about this brooch?" Emma looked up, her expression a mixture of confusion and fear. "I don't know," she whispered, her voice barely audible. "I just found it." Detective Wilson's brow furrowed as he noted her body language, her stiff posture, the way she avoided eye contact. He turned to Sarah, who was equally troubled. They needed to dig deeper. The investigation began to unravel Emma's life, revealing that she had only recently enrolled at Oak Ridge. Her family background appeared perfect on the surface, but as they delved deeper, red flags began to emerge. When Robert Thompson arrived at the school, he seemed calm and collected, but Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that he was hiding something. His explanations for the cash and the fake ID were dubious at best. He spoke of a lucky investment and a family emergency, but his words felt rehearsed, lacking the authenticity of a worried parent. Emma, however, was visibly uncomfortable around him, her eyes darting between her father and the floor. Detective Wilson suggested they move the conversation to the police station, where they could ask more questions in a controlled environment. As they drove, Emma sat in the back seat, her small hands clenched tightly in her lap. The tension in the air was palpable, and as they arrived, Emma's subtle disclosure about her father's anger when talking about her past ignited a spark of suspicion in Sarah's mind. The investigation began to peel back layers of deception. It was revealed that Robert Thompson was, in fact, Daniel Faulkner, a man with a dark past and an obsession with Sarah. 2 years ago, he had abducted Lily, manipulating her identity with the help of Grace Winters, a former college roommate of Sarah's who harbored deep resentment towards her. The pieces of the puzzle began to fit together, and as Lily's true identity was uncovered, the psychological struggles began. For Emma, now known as Lily, the reality of her abduction was a heavy burden to bear. With the help of professionals, she began to process the trauma she had endured, navigating through the suppressed memories of her past. The road to recovery was fraught with challenges, but with each step, she rediscovered fragments of herself that had been buried deep within. The heart-wrenching reunion between Sarah and Lily was a moment etched in time. Standing in the police station, Sarah's heart raced as she wrapped her arms around her daughter, feeling the warmth of her small body against her. Tears streamed down their faces as they held onto each other, the years of pain melting away in an instant. But the journey to rebuild their relationship was not without its hurdles. Lily struggled with feelings of guilt and confusion, grappling with the life she had known and the mother she had lost. Sarah, however, was unwavering in her love and patience. She understood that healing would take time, and she was determined to help Lily reclaim her identity. As they navigated the complexities of their new reality, they found solace in each other, slowly piecing together the fragments of their lives. The trial against Faulkner and Grace Winters revealed the depths of their betrayal. The courtroom was filled with tension as evidence was presented, and the true nature of their crimes came to light. Both were sentenced to harsh penalties. But for Sarah and Lily, the real victory lay in their ability to move forward. Years later, the transformation of Sarah and Lily was nothing short of remarkable. They established the Butterfly Effect Foundation, dedicated to supporting families affected by abduction. At a conference, now 15-year-old Lily stood in front of an audience, her voice steady and clear as she shared her experiences. She spoke candidly about the importance of healing, resilience, and the power of choice in rebuilding lives. As she concluded her speech, she looked out into the crowd, her heart swelling with pride. The butterfly brooch, a symbol of their journey, rested against her chest, a reminder of the love that had endured through darkness. In that moment, she understood that while the past could never be changed, the future was hers to shape. The bond between Sarah and Lily had transformed into a powerful force, a testament to the unbreakable connection between mother and daughter. Together, they had faced the unimaginable and emerged stronger, their love illuminating the path ahead. As they walked hand in hand, they knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, united by the enduring spirit of hope and resilience.